Hey guys, 170 out here. How is everybody doing? It's Thursday, which means tomorrow is Friday, which means the day after is the weekend. I have my mother visiting at the weekend. It'd be nice to see her. I sometimes have mixed emotions about my mother visiting. She's quite an intense person. And intensity and anxiety doesn't go well together, so... Anyway. I hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to my little aircon unit that I've now got. It's an absolute freaking lifesaver. It's like, hopefully I won't melt as much during streams. I need to find somewhere better to put it, so I can like just have it in the air a little bit, as opposed to being right beside me or getting blocked by my DJ booth as it was last night. So anyway, right, why am I recording this other than because it's time to record one? Quick update. I'm astounded at technology sometimes. That is a 64 gig USB stick. Awesome. Been looking for that. I picked that up when I first went to Vegas. Flipping heck, when was that? I'm trying to think now. Hang on. Just grabbing another fan to keep my Xbox cool. 2012, I think I went to Vegas. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so I'm recording this video because Inside Gaming have just recently released one of their daily gaming videos titled, streamers are lying to you. Now, ignore the clickbait title for a second. Basically, it started off about how a Chinese streamer was portraying and marketing herself as a young woman, and every time that she streamed, she just basically had an anime character over her face, and a glitch caused that to be removed, so everyone could see that she was in fact a 53-year-old woman, and some people were not happy about it, and it's now caused a conversation about personas. And in the video, they sort of went off, tangent. They sort of went a bit further and sort of talking about boundaries and all this sort of stuff. Now, I love the Inside Gaming guys, I really do. I think they get a lot right. Their videos are always very entertaining, and this one's no different. But on this one, I think for me, they've missed a couple of key points, and I think as well they make some very, very sweeping statements that are based in truth, don't sort of tell the whole story. So let's tackle. I'm not going to tackle all of them. I just want to tackle the ones that I feel that are most important, both in regards to just myself personally and to the larger conversation that they're trying to be involved in. So the first thing they were sort of talking about is about personas and about streamers basically putting on a persona, and that it's not totally realistic, it's not completely how they are, that you're not really getting an insight into a streamer's life and lifestyle. Now, it's hard to argue with, but it's not completely true, because I look at some streamers, and a lot of my favorite streamers I've met, and I'm like, yeah, they are how they are on stream. And that's always been one of the big things for me, is about just trying to be me. I try not to put on a facade. What you see is what you get. And Ray put it wonderfully well. He said when he streams, when he says when you meet him, the Ray you meet in real life is the Ray that you see on stream. And having met him, I can honestly say that is very, very much the case. And I always try to be like that, but I do. I'll be honest. I do. I get very overexcited about things. Just ask Sarah. And when I get very excited about video games, when I'm talking to Sarah about them, I get very excited. But I don't talk as much. I don't get as much hyper as I do when I'm streaming playing video games. I am exaggerating that a little bit for the purpose of the stream, but I'm not faking it. I'm not just doing it as part of a character that I'm putting on. I am me. I'm just raising things a little bit for the purposes of the stream so that it is entertaining. Otherwise, if I was to stream in the same way I play games, I would literally just be like, I'd be happy, I'd be enjoying the game, but it's not like I'm not talking about what I'm doing. I'm not sort of commentating on the action. I'm not reacting, verbally. Though I do that sometimes, depending on the game. But I am doing that for the stream. I'm doing that for you guys. I'm doing that for the stream to be entertaining for you guys, or try and make the stream entertaining for you guys. So I think they're slightly off the mark. I get what they're saying, and when you look at somebody like Dr. Disrespect, who's very clearly putting on hair and and glasses, and he's very clearly adopting a persona. His real name is not Dr. Disrespect. My name is not really 170 out. That's just my username. But 170 out is not my character name. It's just the name I use. So I think that a lot of streamers are in that same boat. They are being themselves, albeit putting forward the slightly over-exaggerating things just to keep the energy levels up. Or at least that's what I do. And you can always tell when I'm very tired because I don't try. I'm just like, tired. I can't. And then at that point I just end the stream and go to sleep. But one of the big things they did cover, and this is the bit that really sort of got me thinking about wanting to do sort of like a reaction response video, if in essence that's what this one is where the boundaries lie, where the responsibility lies for ensuring that people are not led on. Now, this is a bit of a tough one because some of the the examples of where they were talking about is streamers, deliberately hiding their relationship status so that certain viewers will think they have a chance of getting together with them, or hiding it so that the viewer feels like they've got some kind of relationship with the streamer, and using that to provide entertainment or more nefariously provide money, to get money out of people. Now, I may have misunderstood. I'll put the link to the Inside Gaming video in the description. But I seem to get the impression that they were saying that it lies with the streamer. And but I think it lies more with the viewer, in that I think it's come from more a sense of entitlement. And what I mean by that is I've paid money, therefore the streamer should do whatever I want them to do. And it's not just in streaming culture, it's not in gaming culture, it's in society generally. You can't count how many times I read an article about people who have been called out for their behavior at a sports event, and their justification is, I've paid my money, therefore I can do what I want. If a viewer is in that mentality, I've paid this streamer money, therefore I can do whatever I want, or the streamer should do whatever I want because I've paid them money, no amount of boundary setting, no amount of making it abundantly clear that there is no chance of anything happening is going to change that mindset. And I think that's a really, really big thing that Inside Gaming missed. I read a tweet from a streamer, and it actually made me quite sad. Is that she says, "I treat my chat like crap because I don't want them to have any indication whatsoever that anything could happen between us." And I'm like, and my initial reaction was like, well, no, you just like people treating like crap. And then I sort of caught myself and thought, no, I think this streamer loves streaming. She's a woman, by the way, for all the difference that makes. Actually, it may make a massive difference. A point that the video made. But it's like, I'm not, these are the setting of my boundaries. I'm not going to give any kind of indication, any false indication that I'm remotely interested or there's a remote chance that I will get with any of my viewers. But even so, if someone thinks that they're entitled because they've paid them money, no amount of that's going to stop them thinking that. And yeah, there are streamers that probably do, as I mentioned at the top of the video, and Inside Gaming went into a little bit more detail, do deliberately hide their relationship status to give that impression that there is a chance, in order to get more money or get, more followings out. But I don't think one of the rules, the boundary setting, is that you have to disclose your relationship status in your about profile or your social media profile. Now this person, that if you're in a relationship, you're with a significant other, you're probably going to want to shout that from the rooftops. I do. I'm very, very happily married. I don't say that because I want to, I want to say, right, I am married, therefore there is going to be no chance. Even if I wasn't married or whether I wasn't in a relationship, there would be no chance anyway, So I'm not going to get with somebody just because they come into my stream, though I did meet Sarah on the internet. So I am seeing there's a slight contradiction there. But what I mean is that, hey, we may met through a stream, but if we then got to know each other outside of that stream and things develop from there, then fine. But that's very, very different to you coming into the stream purely because you think something may come of it. There is a distinction. But as I said, I don't see why as long as I think the streamer does have. I think the streamer, get my words out of it. Maybe does have a responsibility to ensure that they're not deliberately leading people on. But at the same time, if people don't want to share their relationship status, there could be very good reasons. One excellent reason why they may not want to share their relationship status is if they're in a same-sex relationship and their family are very much against same-sex relationships. You wouldn't want that anywhere in public, or you possibly wouldn't want that anywhere in public, because it gets public, your parents find out, there is a real possibility you end up on the street. So there are very, very legitimate reasons as to why people may not want to advertise their relationship status, and why should they? Why should they have to, just because there's a possibility that someone in a viewer in their stream is going to be like, oh, they haven't said their relationship. Ooh, there might be a chance for me here. It's like, have you ever met this person? Seriously? And then it all comes back to the persona. Is what you're seeing a persona, or is it actually them, or is it just a slightly exaggerated version of them? Is it a combination of the two? Inside Gaming sort of went on about perhaps those lines get blurred, or the streamer isn't aware that they've slipped from one to the other. But I don't think the majority of streamers are now and out lying to you. I think it's, I may have misunderstood the Inside Gaming video, but I think actually the majority, I'm not going to say the vast majority, but I think the majority of the responsibility lies with the viewer. Just be sensible about it. Just think about it for a second. But as I said right towards the beginning of this video, if they've got that entitlement mentality, then no amount of boundary setting is gonna sort that out. And and then they talk about, well, if someone has paid money and given the impression that they've done so because they want the chance to get with the streamer, that the streamer didn't have to accept that money or should have refunded it. I think that's a very dangerous line of thinking to go down, because at what stage do you draw the line about what you're going to refund? So you have to come up with a list of concrete rules that says, this is, if you put this, then this infers that you want this, therefore I will refund your donation. That's a lot of work. And being I'm not a full-time streamer, so I have other responsibilities. That'd be a lot of work for me anyway. I think, I don't think the streamer should be under that obligation to refund. Maybe if there's a potential of danger, but then you'd have to treat all of it as potential of danger. And yeah, whilst I think a streamer does have an obligation to obviously protect themselves and take steps to protect themselves, going as far as refunding money because someone's donated it to you on the grounds that they want to get with you, someone's going to throw money at something for something that's never, ever, ever going to happen. Yeah, but then it all comes back to, well, have they given them the impression that it's never, never going to happen? Have they left the door open? I ultimately, if anyone thinks that a streamer is going to hook up with a random stranger on the internet that's just paid the money via a streaming service, I think it's got some issues they need to go and have a real good think about. And what's really interesting, and again, is that we're talking about in the context of women. I don't know many men who have this problem. The vast majority, and I will use the term vast majority of women, of instances that people talk about this, is because someone is a woman that's been the target of it. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen to men, but I think in this case we are the vast minority of victims of this, but probably the vast majority, if not 100% of the perpetrators. And yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. I think that Inside Gaming, have potentially got that a bit wrong. It's a great video. It sparked something in my mind. It sparked this video. It sparked me talking about it. I just think they're a little off. I think they're potentially shining the spotlight on the wrong people. So that's all I really wanted to talk about, really. There's that other thing that's going on with what's his face. Can't remember his name. I'm trying not to think about it, to be honest. It's not a flipping. I don't think the guy's making a mistake. But yeah, I'm not sure about talking about that. I might do later on. I'm just seeing if I could find the guy's name. Is it Crankage Games or something like that? It's basically the guy who openly admitted that he was only interested in money and interested in people for their money and people for what he could get out of them. Also turned out to be he was abusing his either current or former girlfriend. And people are like, he's being open about it. He's made a mistake and he's wanting to change. And I'm like, yeah, being open about it is a good step, but he's nowhere. From speaking to a lot of people who have been victims of abuse and manipulative and been in very toxic relationships, they're like, yeah, this is nowhere near enough. It's a first step, but that's all it is. It's only a first step. He subsequently deleted his Twitter account, so he's clearly not prepared to face the backlash. So make of that what you will. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm going to have some lunch and get this uploaded No stream tonight because I'm going to spend some time with my nieces. I will be streaming Sunday. Just not sure exactly what time yet. I got to get up early on Sunday to drop the nieces off to my mum because she's taking them back home. So it'll be around some time. I've got a little something planned. I mean, from 7 o'clock it's just going to be Formula 1. But the first stream before that could well be literally an achievements and chill, in that I'm just going to load up games that can be completed in less than an hour with a guide and just go through them and just chill and chat. Maybe we can chat about some of the stuff that I've raised in this video and the Inside Gaming have raised. But anyway, you guys take care. I love you all. And no, I have no reveal. This is me. This, unfortunately, is what I look like. So it's not going to get any prettier. Take care, guys.